Happy Tuesday. It's the Jam Nation podcast with Jonesy and Amanda, don't you know?
I read a story about a woman who spent over $3,000 on her guinea pig. It needed a hysterectomy. I know. She said, though, she copped a lot of derision. So the tribal drum was beating for Don't At Me,
Yeah.
the pet edition.
And there's no judgment here. No judgment at all. Might be some laughing behind your back.
Well, speaking about doing anything behind your back, what about this guy you told us about who smuggled some scissors, 8-inch scissors, into prison in his bum?
Yeah. It's quite the skill. Quite the skill.
Gave everyone a haircut.
Something we were talking about earlier on the show, casual honking. This isn't something from the Urban Dictionary. It's when you're driving along, you see someone, there's Amanda walking down the road, me.
Yeah, and it frightens all the other drivers.
No, it doesn't frighten all the other drivers.
It frightened me when I was driving because I thought, why am I driving and walking down the road at the same time?
You get a lot of people honking, me.
It's all coming up on the podcast.
Everybody online.
Right now, by the miracle of recording, we had so many requests for them to do it again.
Mistress Amanda
Miss Keller. Amanda.
doesn't work alone.
Wow, this is fantastic.
Her friend is in a back room making the tools of the trade.
I've heard them describe him as a drunken idiot.
Sorry, I've been drinking beer.
The legendary pirate Jonesy and Amanda the actress.
Hello, Wiggles. Congratulations, Mandy. We're on the radio right now.
Jonesy and Amanda, you're doing a great job.
You have no empathy for anyone but yourself, you giant tool.
Now's the time to hear good radio. Sorry, a bit of a tongue twist there. Jonesy and Amanda are here. It's showtime, a-holes. We're on the air.
Well, hello there, Amanda. How are you today?
I'm very well. How are you going?
I'm great. We can't talk about Succession because part of the Succession gang, one of the team from the Succession gang, didn't watch it last night.
I saw it.
I saw it.
But having said that, also, not everyone in the audience has seen it. You have to give 24 hours leeway. Not everyone's free on the Monday after work to sit down and watch Succession.
Well, Boss Lady Millie, who watches Succession, is part of our little Succession gang, and now we can't, look at her sitting there.
Well, it's
Totally
quite right.
ignorant.
I don't think we would be allowed to. The rules are you can't talk about it the day after anyway. I've got to give it another day. And you had told everyone it was the final one.
Yeah, because you told me that it was the final one.
Well, I think I got the impression that the funeral was going to be the final one.
Why would I listen to you? This is coming from the woman that got lost going from here to home.
I'm very rarely wrong about things, though. You have to
I
admit
think you're wrong more often than you're not.
You have
wrong.
to admit that I'm not often wrong.
I don't know. I think you're wrong a lot.
With Succession, though, you forget that when he died to the funeral, there's been an election, there's been about 4 episodes.
A lot going
That's only
on.
really, I guess, a week. I listened to a Succession podcast.
I'm listening to that too. That's great.
It's so good. It's released the same day in America as the show. And she was speaking to that. So they talked to someone from the show and then they talked to someone from the real world who might have been part of the show. And this time they spoke to people who have this big top of the range funeral emporium that have offered their services to Jackie Kennedy, Heath Ledger, big celebrity funerals. And they were consultants on this show. And they said that, it's the stuff that you don't notice is the timing, that the priest comes down from the stairs as the casket comes up from outside. They have a professional casket carriers because heavy mahogany can't be carried by regular humans.
Well, have you already ever carried a casket?
No.
It's a little difficult on the shoulders there.
And these ones are big, rich mahogany.
Yeah.
So too heavy for regular folks to try and burden.
I could lift it.
Just on your own?
Yeah, easy. Just by myself over the top of my head.
Why would you boast about something like that? But so interesting, all the bits and pieces that go into the funeral. And the woman who hosts the podcast said, what would you say to the family? And so I'd say, put your bickering aside, go back to being those 4 little kids we see in the opening titles. How would you like your father eulogized? But the opening titles are interesting. It just shows a distant father turning his back on him every
There's
time.
one bit in that, I think there's one bit that I need to have it. When he's walking in the like the yard or something with
and
his
then he
back
heads
to
on up the hill.
Yeah, just a little too. I'd chop that. I think that's too much.
I think it, though, hits the hammer on the head.
Yeah, I know, but we get it.
It's the nail on the head.
But we get it. Not you with that common phrase, but we get it.
The entitlement of the children, the money thrown at them, but they crave
attention.
And
love from their father.
That's right.
That's what all kids want. Everyone just wants to be loved,
They
Frendel.
do, Brendan.
That's it.
They're the great teachings of the world.
The great teachings.
I was reading a novel the other day. I've loved this book. It was called romantic comedy by a writer called Curtis Sittenfeld. I've read a few of her books. But there's a great thing in it where this character in it, who's a comedy writer for a Saturday Night Live kind of show, said that when she was in elementary school, the maths teacher said, you know what life is about? Find something you love doing, do something that you love doing, and then do it for others. And she said the audacity of our maths teacher to tell us the secret of life, but she said, I think he's probably right. It's good, isn't it?
Do something you love doing.
Find something you love doing, and then do it for others. And that really is the secret to happiness. That do it for others bit. There's a sense of, and that's what this family in Succession have never learned, is that there's no sense of duty. There's no love is a doing word. There's none of that stuff. It's all inner bickering, and they run a huge media empire that's hugely important and impactful in how they shape people's opinions. That's never discussed. It's just, am I winning today?
So I'll do this for the love. I love doing this.
If only we could do it for a common good.
I do it for a common good.
And what is that?
I do this for the companionship.
Well, hopefully we offer you companionship. Not you, Brendan. I'm talking to you, and you.
You and you.
Hopefully people get something out of this.
Yes. Action-packed show today. Shayna Blaze is joining us on the show.
She's indeed.
Instagram makes its return.
Yes, and we're going to tell you what our next step is with our Jam singles.
How good is that? And we can't do anything until we do the Magnificent Seven.
Over her lifetime, Queen Elizabeth had 30 dogs of what breed?
Podcast.
We have the Magnificent Seven. There are 7 questions. Can you go all the way and answer all 7 questions correctly? If you do that, Amanda will say.
I will say the secret to happiness is finding something that you love and then doing it for others.
What about a prostitute?
Well, that's a service, obviously. Sex workers provide a huge service.
Yeah.
They
I
do
guess you'd
things
have
for
to
others.
like it, though, wouldn't you? You'd have to like the sex.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people find succour in that work.
How much is Sakura worth these days?
You'll have to find out.
Okay.
I think it's a very noble profession. It's not mine.
Of course it is. Of course it is. It's the oldest professional in the Bible.
Joel's professional.
Oldest profession in the Bible. Didn't you know that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are you quoting the Bible to me? It's famously known as the world's oldest profession.
Yeah, okay. Good. Question 1 of the Magnificent Seven for Matt of North Kellyville.
Hi, Matt. How are you?
Doing well. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Jonesy.
Over her lifetime, Queen Elizabeth had 30 dogs of what breed?
So they were corgis.
They were. I think Fergie's now inherited the last of the corgis.
Yes, she has. She's looking after those corgis. Which talk show host is famous for saying, you get a car, you get a car, you get a car. Everybody gets a car.
That'd be Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah, it's Oprah Winfrey. Let's play the not-so-secret sound, Matt. Duh. Matt, what's this sound?
Can I hear that again?
Yeah. What's
A
that?
zipper?
Yeah, it is. It's a zipper.
Pants zipper.
How do you know it specifically pants? Because it's shorter.
Yeah, I think it sounds like what's better?
A fly.
How big your pants are.
Why do people call them flies? He's done his flies up.
Don't know. I think in the old days maybe they were button-up flies before the zipper was incorporated.
And so flies were multiples because it was buttons.
Yeah, I think I know that.
Good answer.
Freddie Mercury's famous overbite was the result of him having how many extra teeth in his upper jaw? Was it A, 2, B, 3 or C, 4, Matt?
I think 2.
No, it wasn't 2. So it's either 3 or 4. His extra teeth in his upper jaw.
He had quite the gob.
Jam Nation.
The Magnificent Seven. We're at question number 4.
The question's going to Linda in Thirlmere. Hi, Linda.
Hi, how are you?
Very well.
Linda.
Freddie Mercury's famous overbite was a result of him having how many extra teeth in his upper jaw? Was it 3 or 4?
I think it's 4.
Yeah.
He didn't want to get them removed because he was worried that it would change his vocal range.
But 4 extra teeth in your upper jaw, that's massive. Weren't you born with all your adult teeth or something weird?
Yeah, they were just all gob. Had all teeth. When you see pictures of me as a little kid.
So you weren't born with your teeth in, but you never had baby teeth? What was
my
it?
baby teeth all just fell out, and I got my adult teeth while I was 5. So
how old are you normally? About 9, 8 or 9?
Yeah, they take forever. They all just fell out, and then they just grew back.
You look like an Osmond.
Yeah, it's all teeth.
Well, you know when you see dogs and people put those tennis
False
balls
teeth.
in their mouth with teeth on them.
That's what I look like.
Question 6 for you. The wood of which tree is traditionally used to make cricket bats? Hitting what's the expression? Hitting the something or other? Which tree?
I'm just gonna guess, but I have no idea. Oak.
No.
Philip's in Canley Heights.
Hi, Philip.
Hey, how are you?
Very well. The wood of which tree is traditionally used to make cricket bats?
The willow.
The willow.
True or false? White rice is just brown rice with its outer layer milled off.
True.
I didn't know
It's true.
that.
We're all brown rice, really, when you look at it.
So the outer layer is milled off. It's more refined to make it turn into white rice, which is why brown rice is better for you.
Is it better for you? Got that husky bit.
Yeah, it's better for you because you get more fibre and roughage.
Which season of Succession are we up to, Phil?
Succession. Did you say Succession?
Yes, I said Succession.
You haven't watched the TV show?
I've been hearing about it a lot, but I think I should watch it.
You should watch it.
It's about to wrap up for good, and next week is the last episode of which season?
Is this season 4?
It is season 4.
Philip?
You've done it, Philip.
Congratulations. You've won the Jam Pack, a family pass to Scenic World. Mountains of fun. $150 to spend at Holy Moly. Holy Moly, Darlinghurst, Australia's best mini golf, par none. And Jonesy and Amanda character tours, theatre cone, and some Stater pencils. Anything you'd like to add there, Philip?
I'd like to say thank you so much, and WSFM is the best.
Oh, that's
well
nice.
done,
Thank
Philip.
you, Philip.
That's very good.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Coffee?
Coffee. I need coffee. Extra strong.
All I have is tequila and coffee liqueur.
Make it a double.
Thumbing through the Jalmanac, our big book of musical facts. This is one you would like. On this day back in 1970, the Beatles released their hit song, Let It Be. You know, Paul McCartney, you know the story about that. He made the main melody. Most of the lyrics were the songs dedicated to his late mother. Mm-hmm. And it was while writing this song that the documentary Get Back was filmed. And the original concept was to have the Beatles rehearse and record new material for a TV special leading up to a climactic live performance. Mm-hmm. However, the direction of the film changed due to the state the group was in. There was some tensions. There was trouble.
Yeah.
Yoko was circling.
I saw Get Back.
George,
it wasn't Yoko. That's been a very false narrative.
Well, yeah, she was there. You know,
it wasn't her.
Yeah, but she was there.
So was Linda.
Yeah, but Linda kept her pie hole shut. George Harrison was particularly unhappy.
Yeah, he quit the band
with the idea of, "You want to do this?" Or
no, sorry, you asked me if I knew, and I said yes, I do.
Well, it was kind of a rhetorical question.
Okay, sorry.
So he was unhappy with the idea of rehearsing and recording in a cold, sterile film studio rather than a more comfortable environment. George, is a bit of a hippie. He wanted sitars and warmth and all that stuff. He was also done with the way they were communicating and decided mid-rehearsal to leave the band entirely.
Also because Paul was a bit of a control freak, and Paul himself said, well, someone's got to be in charge here. We've got a deadline.
Someone's got to be a leader. This is George.
I think I'll be leaving the band now.
When?
Now.
And he's left the band.
They had to go to his house and say, come on, George, come on.
George.
Can George come and play again?
So he came back and they got this.
We're playing this.
Jam Nation.
We had a segment yesterday that came from, it was a tribal drum, but it came from something I'd seen on Twitter, a Twitter thread called Fesshole, where people confess to all sorts of things. A lot of them are really saucy and unattractive. And manky, but some of them are very, very funny. So we turned this into our tribal drum and called it, you came up with the name, Fess Pit.
Fess Pit.
Throw your confessions into the pit.
Yeah.
Well, I found some other ones that are just brilliant. Remember I said yesterday one of the best ones I'd seen was this woman who said that she didn't get on that well with her mother-in-law and liked to play with her brain a little bit. And the mother-in-law was reading The Exorcist and thought it was the most terrifying book she'd ever read. So she was so traumatised by it, she threw it into the ocean. So this woman, her daughter-in-law, went to the shop, bought a new copy of The Exorcist, ran it under the tap so it was wet, and put it back beside her bed, like the devil had returned the book.
That's pretty dark.
What about this one? I saw this one last night. I pooed myself while I was out walking. I pulled off my boxers and lightly buried them in a wood. A year or so later, a body was discovered in the same wood. Thinking my soiled underpants might be found as evidence, I went to the police station and explained. They're probably still laughing. Isn't that amazing? Because that's the sort of thing you'd see in a TV and a movie where, incidentally, you're tied to a murder.
A
You think,
grisly
how do I
murder.
tell them all I've done is pooed my pants? So he preempted it by going to the police station and telling the story.
Run that down to forensic.
And this policeman saying, I've trained for years for what?
This is for what?
Here's another one. They don't all have to be bodily functions. I was gasping for a hot drink one night. I had no tea bags and I'd run out of coffee, but I had some gravy granules. I made a cup of steaming hot gravy. Who knew what a great drink it was? It's now my regular indulgence.
Drinking
gravy.
I like gravy.
That'd be quite nice, actually.
Can't be good for you.
I was born near the red light district in Amsterdam. When I was a kid, I loved filling balloons with water and standing on bridges and dropping them on tourists in sightseeing boats. Years later, I realised the balloons I'd found on the streets were used condoms.
Oh, nice.
That's nice, dear.
That's nice.
So we'll be bringing
good.
Fest Pit back again. So
Sure.
if you have a confession, save it up. We will be all ears.
I'm looking forward to it.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I'm so lonely. So lonely.
No need to feel sad and blue. Let Jonesy and Amanda find love for you.
If you went on Married at First Sight, really, what are you going to get out of that? You're not going to get anything. You're just going to get a world of pain and you're going to be taken out of context.
You'll be unhappy with the edit, but you'll get a teeth whitening gig.
That could be a good thing.
But it's not about love, and we know that. We want to find sincere love for sincere people, and it seems a lot of people are finding dissatisfaction with the apps and the current way of meeting people. We've been inundated with people who want to find love. So what we've done, we've had a whole series of people who you've been introduced to. We are now stepping this up. We have chosen 4 finalists. You get a chance to say if you're interested in them, and then we are going to set about doing our matchmaking.
We've moved them from the back burner to our favourite burner on the stove.
That's right.
Which is that one in the middle of the front.
That always works perfectly.
It always is perfect. It's the trusty burner.
Let's get to finalist number 1.
Today, 31-year-old teacher by day, mermaid by night, Alora.
Hey, I'm Alora. I'm a fun, adventurous, and outgoing individual with a heart of gold. My aim in life is to spread a bit of love and empathy to all those I encounter. I can be extremely humorous and witty, although I also have my deep and meaningful moments pondering the purpose and meaning of my place in the universe. I'm a teacher with big dreams of helping children to not only learn the curriculum, but to develop life skills that they can use to help them navigate the crazy world we live in. I aim to lead by example and practice what I preach by encouraging making mistakes and learning from them, having hard conversations and expressing emotions in a healthy way, and the importance of never giving up. I'm 171 centimeters tall, slim, brown eyes, naturally brown hair, although I've had every color imaginable. I'm currently blonde, though having blue hair was definitely my favorite, and I hope to rock it again one day in the future when I have less split ends. I love bright colors, and you'll always find me rocking outrageous outfits wherever I go, and everything needs to be matching. A special talent of mine is knowing all the lyrics to Disney songs, and my ability to be resourceful and improvise, which definitely helps out in a variety of settings. Don't hate me if I get home and need to vent about all of the ridiculous and hilarious things that happened in my day as a casual teacher. Dating me is like a roller coaster ride without the safety belts. Unpredictable, thrilling, and occasionally you'll wonder why you even got on in the first place. But at least you'll have a wild story to tell. If you like the sound of me, head to WSFM.com and click on Alora. Looking forward to finding my unicorn.
Oh, I love it.
Well done, Alora.
She wants to find her unicorn because she had said to us the kind of person she was looking for was a unicorn, meaning they were so rare, someone who could put up with all her emotions and as she said, join her for this wild ride.
The roller coaster, not like the zipper, because you got on the zipper and threw up everywhere.
That can happen. Relationships can be like that too.
Well, you know.
The relationships can also be like it's a small world after all. All kinds of rides can be relationships.
To find that, how does that work? It's a small world after all.
We'll just have that irritating song in your head constantly.
Okay. I was hoping it'd be a bit bigger.
No.
Anyway.
Some people don't mind finding that it's a small world after
Do
all.
they? I bet you found that no one has ever said, yes, that's great.
So Alora is finalist number 1.
Yep.
Over the next few days, we'll introduce you to our other finalists. And then we're going to rifle through the people who have said they're interested in these people. And then we're going to start our matchmaking.
Our matchmaking pants will come on.
Absolutely.
All happening.
Jam Nation. We're doing a grab right now.
Who wants some free money?
Instant.
Coin cash.
Moolah.
I like the sound of that.
Jonesy and Amanda's.
Are there any questions? Well, yes, 10. 60 seconds on the clock. You can pass if you don't know an answer. We'll come back to that question if time permits. If you get all the questions right, you get $1,000.
And we ask you if you want to double your money. You answer one extra question and then you get it right. $2,000 is yours. If you get it wrong, you walk away with nothing. That's how it goes.
Cindy has joined us in Lidcombe.
Hi,
Hello,
Cindy.
Hi. Morning, Jonesy and Amanda. Can't believe I got through.
Believe
well,
it.
Good luck to you. And
Do we sound as nice in person as we do on the radio?
Yeah, you sound exactly the same. Very nice. I always listen to your station.
Well, let's see, Cindy, if we can get you some money. Now, as we say to everyone, if you're not sure, say pass, because we probably will have time to come back. But if you get it wrong, the buzzer goes off and it's all over Red Rover, okay?
You might change that attitude, Cindy, if we turn on you.
You may not like us so much. All right, Cindy, we have 10 questions. We've got 60 seconds. Good luck. Let's begin. Question 1. How many days are in a week?
7.
Question 2. Is avocado a fruit or a vegetable?
Fruit.
Question 3. Life is like a box of chocolates is a line from which film?
Forrest Gump.
Question 4. How many legs does a spider have?
8.
Question 5. Starting with A. What's the space flight called that landed on the moon? Question 6. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun?
Japan.
Question 7. What hit the Titanic before it sank?
I'm sorry?
What hit the Titanic before it sank?
An iceberg.
Question 8. Who is the lead singer of Coldplay?
Coldplay. Pass.
Question 9. The Ashes is contested between which 2 countries?
England and Australia.
Back to question 5. Starting with A. What was the space flight called that landed on the moon?
Apollo 11.
Question 8. Who's the lead singer of Coldplay?
Chris Martin.
Oh, it is Chris Martin, but you're after the buzzer.
You didn't actually get the question 10 either. So it was anyway. You could well, Cindy.
Oh, you get $100 for your groceries,
You
Cindy.
still love us.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, there she blows.
There she blows.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
I read a story yesterday. Obviously, you can see why I was intrigued when I read the first line. The pet I'll never forget. I spent $3,500 on Ruby the guinea pig's hysterectomy, and I don't regret a penny. Are you intrigued? I was intrigued. The article says, well, she writes eloquently. She says, the people who are most horrified that I spent over $3,000 on a hysterectomy for my guinea pig Ruby are usually dog owners who would spend 10 times that if they could on their dog. Why didn't you get another one? Said a terrier owner. Well, would you just get another dog, I said? Most people are speciesist, which is why we eat some animals and not others, and why many believe in the pet hierarchy, the small ones are disposable. Interesting, isn't it? She said, Ruby was like a little dog to me, even though it was 20 years ago. I can picture buying her from an open farm more clearly than the births of my children.
Wow.
She was scampering around. She had smooth, shiny brown fur. She lived indoors. I let her run free in my flat in London. She came when called. She'd jump from the floor to the sofa where she'd sit with me for ages and snooze. When I chatted to her, she'd squeak back. When I opened the fridge door, she'd shriek excitedly. She was family. And when I went away, she stayed with my mum, who called her pet grand pig. That's nice. When Ruby became withdrawn and no longer squeaked when the fridge door opened, the vet diagnosed ovarian cysts. Not uncommon in female guinea pigs, but hers were big and she needed more investigations with a specialist. Then an operation and months of follow-up treatment. I had to borrow the money, but I never once considered foregoing it, even though there were risks. She ended up living for another couple of years until the age of 8. So I don't regret it for a second. And no, she was not replaceable. It's interesting, isn't it, the idea of speciesist, like people who would buy what are those stick insects and stuff? I think that's hideous. People who own snakes, just vile. And yet, people love those things.
People love snakes. Well, there's a certain type that loves snakes. You're either in Motley Crue or you're a weirdo.
Aren't they the same thing?
Motley Crue or Motley Crue, but you know.
Yeah, so each to their own. That she has spent over $3,000 on a guinea pig that she said was like a dog to her. And with people don't bat an eyelid if you spend a lot of money on a dog, but a lot of people love other kinds of pets.
Well, people can make jokes about cats all the time, 100 things you could do with a dead cat and all that sort of stuff. And but you can't do the same thing about a dog.
No, actually, that's very true. I would be outraged if there was a book, 100 Things to Do with a Dead Dog.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Get a dead dog up, yeah.
I don't say that about a cat either.
No.
Well, the tribal drum is bidding for this. Don't at me, I love it, the pet edition.
Fam, don't at me, fall back a little bit, don't at me. I am not having it, don't at me. You will get blocked quick, don't at me.
Don't at me, man.
Don't at me. The pet edition, don't at me, I love it. What have you got that you love that people don't understand?
Jam Nation.
Jonesy and Amanda in the morning. 101.7 WSFM.
A lady has spent $3,250 on her guinea pig's hysterectomy.
Yeah, and she's saying pretty much, don't at me. I love my guinea pig. Don't judge how I love my pet. So the tribal drum is beating for, don't at me. I love it, the pet edition.
Fam, don't at me, fall back a little bit, don't at me. I am not having it, don't at me. You will get blocked quick, don't at me.
Glenn has joined us.
Hi, Glenn.
How you going, Jonesy and Amanda?
We're very
great.
well. Tell us about your pet.
Well, I was renting back in 2019 down the Highlands, and I actually caught a little bunny rabbit right next to where I used to live. And anyway, caught it. My daughters loved it, and they wanted to keep it. Yep, no problem. So I kept it, and I looked after it, and next minute it got sick and had something wrong with its jaw. And I finished up, my daughters basically made me go and get x-rays and blood tests, and it finished up, I think it cost me about over $2,500 for a rabbit that I didn't even pay for or caught.
Oh.
And I still got him. He's still good, and he's still living. So,
good.
So you would say it was worth it?
Look, for my daughters, yes, it was.
Look, a sentence that starts with, look, shows you're still on the fence about that.
Because part of you thought, I've got that rabbit for free pet.
That's right, found it outside. How good's that?
How good is that?
$2,500 later.
Thank you, Glenn.
Don't at me, I love it, the pet edition.
Jam Nation.
So a man has spent...
A woman? Get your facts right.
Somebody has spent over $3,000 on a hysterectomy for a guinea pig.
Yeah, and they said they don't regret a penny of that, but what they find is that friends judge them. She said dog owners say, well, why are you doing that? Isn't a small animal, isn't it replaceable?
Yeah.
And she said, no, and I'd never say that to a dog owner. As a pet owner, you love who you love.
I remember Chris Brown, the good doctor, was talking about a woman that spent a fortune on a vet.
On a vet?
On a goldfish.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he have to do surgery on the goldfish?
Yeah, he had to do some work on the goldfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, get rid of the bloat or something
I've been with Chris where he got a call out to a woman who'd found a pigeon in a gutter.
Yeah, right.
And she wanted him to tend to this pigeon. And, so people fall in love with Chris Brown by the sound
That's
of it.
his safe word, isn't it? You were there with him. And all of a sudden the phone rings. Oh, I've got to go and attend to a pigeon.
I went as well. I saw him tend to the pigeon.
And what did he do to the pigeon?
Well, he just checked it out and said, I think it's going to be okay. She just wanted to make sure it was all right.
Oh, what's he doing?
Well, see, he's a vet. And he doesn't judge the animals that people love.
Of course, he's a vet. I can judge the animals, but he can't.
The tribal drum is beating for Don't At Me, I Love It, the pet edition.
Leanne, don't at me, fall back a little bit, don't at me. I am not having it, don't at me. You will get blocked quick, don't at me.
Leanne has joined us.
Hi, Leanne. Tell us about your pet.
Hi. It's actually not my pet. It's a friend's pet, a little Maltese dog. She had the dog for probably 10 years. Dog died, very sad. Went round to see her probably a couple of months after, and there's the dog taxidermied up on her mantelpiece.
Oh, did you find it creepy?
Yeah. So when they taxidermy a dog, obviously, or an animal, they take all the organs out and replace the eyes. So this little dog had these fake eyes that they stared at you. So every time you went round, this creepy-looking dog was up on the mantelpiece.
Which is not a normal place for a dog in the first place. So
Yeah,
it's
go
a
put it on the
confronting thing.
mantelpiece.
Did she love the job that had been done? It gave her comfort?
Oh, yes. Yes, every time she looked at this dog, I can't even remember the dog's name, it was worth it. It was about $4,000, I think.
Whoa.
Gee.
No judgment there. Scott Cam has done that. He's done that with all his dogs.
Has he?
Yeah, he's got a whole line of them. So the current dog sits there and goes, oh, great, this is what's ahead of me.
But what does he use them as, footstools?
He just got them on the stairs all lined up.
Does he?
Yeah. You know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because it's
there's
like
Ruby and there's the other one.
Rosie.
Rosie.
You know what happens, though?
And the most recent dog's going, oh, geez.
After having read Pet Sematary
yeah.
by Stephen King, the idea of a dead dog coming back is a little bit confronting.
And what about the little kid comes back?
Spoiler alert.
Oh, okay. If you haven't seen Pet Sematary from the 80s.
Thank you, Leanne.
Dave has joined us.
Hello, Dave.
Hi.
Hello. Tell us about your pet.
How are you guys?
Very well.
Great, thanks, Dave.
I've got two big dogs. I've got a Rhodesian Ridgeback and a Doberman.
Mm-hmm.
And the Ridgie's 10 years old, and so far he's cost me, and my wife, about $65,000.
65,000.
Yeah, and the Doberman's around 15 to 20.
Why are they so expensive, Dave?
I don't know. They break. They just break. They break stuff inside, and we have to fix it.
And you'll keep doing that until there's a point where you can't?
I'll keep doing it until my wife tells me not to.
Right.
Wow. And what kind of
Because
surgeries?
If I don't, she won't spend that money on me if I get sick.
No, well, what kind of surgeries and things have the dogs had?
Oh, look, you name it. They've had twisted stomachs. They've had things removed from their skin. They've had stomachs pumped because they've eaten the wrong thing. They're very special dogs in more ways than one.
Well, that would be.
Yeah. So my wife sort of says, no, it's not an option. We're paying for it. And I go, cool.
Are their names Amex and Visa?
They should be. Yeah. They should be. No, look, they're family.
See, you get it. That's the point. Yeah. Do other people judge you because of it?
Oh, look, you always get I beg your pardon. I thought you just said $80,000. If you classify the one before these two, we've spent $100K on 3 dogs.
Wow.
Well, but you're happy, Dave.
That's the
you're
thing.
Happy.
You're happy.
Your wife's happy, as they say.
Absolutely.
Happy wife, happy life.
And alive
happy wife,
pets.
Happy life, Jonesy.
Living the dream.
Keeps me out of trouble.
Exactly. Keeps you out of the doghouse.
Well, see, that's the point. Don't at me. I love it. No one can judge.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation
Podcast.
Good morning.
Morning.
Wow, what a day.
Shut up and turn the radio on.
Somebody woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
A woman has spent over $3,000 on a guinea pig's hysterectomy.
And she's saying to people, don't judge me. People spend money on dogs, and people judge people who spend a lot of money on dogs. Yeah. Everyone judges them when it comes to their pets.
We had cats. They've passed away now, but we had those cats for a long time. And there was a period where it was looking like one of the cats is going to need some sort of extensive vet bills. And I remember thinking, oh, man. And so I said, it could be about $5,000 or $6,000. And all my family saying, of course, you got to spend that. And I'm saying, well,
And then your cat mysteriously passed away, Brendan?
It passed away of natural causes.
Under your tyres?
The cat was equivalent to 120 years of age, human years. So it had done very well. Don't at me, man.
Well, this is what the tribal drum is beating for. Don't at me, I love it, the pet edition.
Fam, don't at me. Fall back a little bit, don't at me. I am not having it, don't at me. You will get blocked quick, don't at me.
Ian has joined us.
Hello, Ian. Tell us about your pet.
Yeah, we saved a duck from the local pond. The female ducks were attacking it. It was an older duck. And apparently they attacked them, to drive them away if they get older. And we brought it home and we spent over $1,000 on it at the vet. It had a problem with its beak and also had a problem with its wing. And it used to sit on the lounge and sit with the dog, and it used to love it. We had a little kiddies pool in the backyard that it was able to flap around in, and it lived for about 4 or 5 years after we saved it, so it was lovely.
Oh, can I ask you, when you say it's sitting on the sofa, I had a couple of ducks for a period of time, and I could hear them defecate from inside the house. They're big pooers. How'd you go on the sofa?
Well, we had like a waterproof blanket. We learnt that the hard way. We had like a waterproof blanket we'd put down, and the dog would sit on that too, and the duck would cuddle up to the dog and vice versa. And the dog was a little bit upset when the duck died. It eventually just died of old age some years ago. And, the dog used to look around. Where's my friend, Mr. Quack, we called him.
Mr. Quack.
That's Jonesy's doctor.
And the dog and the duck
That's
together.
a lovely story,
it's like
Ian.
a toilet paper commercial.
And you need plenty of it with a duck. Thank you, Ian.
Nicole has joined us.
Hello, Nicole.
Good morning, Jonesy and Amanda. How are you?
Very
Great.
well. What was the pet and what judgment did you get?
Yeah, so my sister and brother-in-law, about 30 years ago, before they had children, had 2 white rats that they'd raised from babies. They lived for about 2 or 3 years. One of them got a tumour, and they took it to the vet, and the vet said, well, there's not much I can do, but I can try and operate. It may or may not be a success. It was going to cost them just over $1,000, but that was back in the 1990s when $1,000 was like...
Yes.
I don't know, $5,000.
That's right.
So they made the decision. They asked the vet to operate. He operated. They brought the rat home, and it died.
Gee, there goes your $1,000.
Oh. You know, did they say we wish we hadn't done it, or they said we made the right decision?
Oh, look, we didn't go there. Apparently, a lot of the white rats are bred for laboratory research, and so a lot of them are predisposed to developing tumours because that's how they've been bred, so it's not uncommon. But I love animals, big and small, but even I had a bit of implied judgment on that one.
Right. Yeah, those laboratory rats, they're good with mazes, but not good with tumours.
When I was working at Beyond 2000, we'd go into labs where they were working with mice and things, and I watched someone kill one by just grabbing it by its tail and gunking the back of its head on a desk. And our sound recorders kept mice as pets, and he's watching this going, really? Really?
Well, I went to a snake guy's house one time for a show I was doing, and he had these big snakes, and he just had the rats. He'd just throw the rats into the snakes.
Dead ones?
No, live rats.
Oh, what?
Like I'd be standing there talking, throw the... Oh, okay, mate, you probably do that when I'm not here.
You know, but that's the interesting
Last
thing.
time I go around to Quentin Bryce's place.
We all love different things.
Yes.
If you're the lover of the mouse or the rat, you're not going to enjoy that story.
What world are you standing there watching a guy feed live rats to his snake?
If you're a snake lover, they like that's what
they eat. Kayla has joined us.
Hello, Kayla. How are you?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
Very well. So tell us about your pet.
Okay, so I have a little feathered baby, and she is absolutely beautiful. She's a little cockatiel, and she never, ever, ever lives in her cage. She's completely free range. She spends her life on my shoulder, on my head. You know, I can't have a shower without her. I turn the shower on, and she comes from one end of the house to the next and sits on my head. But my precious little girl last year cost me $3,000 right on Christmas because it turned out she had an overactive ovary and she needed to have a little implant, and she'll have to have that twice a year now for forever.
Oh. So how much will you have to pay twice a year?
Oh, I'll probably work out about $1,500 a year.
Isn't it amazing? So she has an implant in her ovary.
Yeah. Because she kept thinking she was going to lay an egg, so it was pulling all her calcium out of all her organs. And so this helps her.
Do they lay eggs? They do, don't they?
It's a bird.
Yeah, I know, but you don't see cockatoos laying eggs, do
Actually,
you?
that's true. What happens to domestic birds? The egg has to be fertile. No, you lay an egg and then I don't understand.
Kayla?
Eventually rejects the eggs and you get rid of it.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Wow, you spent $3,000 on a bird. I did that once. My wife was not happy.
How are her ovaries? Kayla, fascinating.
Good
Thank
on you, Kayla.
Thank
no
you.
judgment here.
None.
Thank you for all your calls. Jam Nation. Let's get on down to the Jonesy and Amanda Arms for the pub test.
I'll tell you what today's pub test is, because this happened to me yesterday. So I'm a really good driver, Brendan, aren't I? I know you say I'm not a good driver, but I don't think I'm a particularly good driver, but I'm not a bad driver. Anyway, I'm driving. And I hear...
You know, it gives me secure there's people like you out there on the road when I'm riding my motorbike.
And I hear a honk, and I assume that I've done something wrong. My heart goes, what? The adrenaline shot through me. I'm at an intersection. What's happened? What have I done? Am I about to hit someone? What's gone on? It was just someone in the car behind me honking to say hello to a friend walking down the street. That's not right. In fact, I've Googled it. It is illegal. But honking in a traffic scenario is one thing. Honking to say hello to someone, it terrified me because I thought, I've done something terrible and someone's trying to get my attention or I'm about to hit someone.
Was it a little beep, 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 beep?
No, it was a honk.
Oh, yeah, but you do a me, 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 me.
There's no such thing. My honker is so stiff that when I press it, it's all or nothing. I can't do a meep on my car honk.
Yes, you can.
No, I can't. No, I can't. Sometimes if you open the garage here at work when I'm leaving, I'll honk you and I'll go honk. There's no such thing as a meep, thank you. There's no variations of honk.
But you can tap it deftly.
My car doesn't have that.
You can.
It's hard plastic or whatever it is, leather.
Plastic.
That you can't do a light one.
You can do a light one.
No. But
I'll go down to your
my
car.
version of a light one might be someone else's heavy one. I don't think you should be allowed to honk and wave to people on the side of the road.
And this is what we were talking about this. I do it all the time. I'll ride along, I'll see someone, meep, 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 you know.
But you're, in your brain...
I'm good at it.
In your brain, you're going, I'm giving a friendly honk. Someone who's driving might think, what have I done wrong? No. Someone is honking me.
But you hear meep, 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 meep. You know that's a friendly honk.
Are you driving a food truck? Your honk doesn't sound like a meep, 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 meep.
When you hear like a
honk.
cucaracha, you know the munch truck's here and you start to salivate.
A honk is a honk.
No, it's not. Look, for people like you, yes, possibly you're probably best not to do the greedy.
No one should do it because you can't interpret. In your brain, you know the context. When you're hearing the honk, you don't know the context.
And this is what we were talking about earlier on the show.
So the pub test is casual honking. Does it pass the pub test?
Casual honking.
Jonesy and Amanda. Jam Nation.
Podcast.
Now, usually we see our next guest renovating a home or judging others renovating homes on TV. But this time, in a very different context, Shayna Blaze is behind the scenes as the executive producer of a new film called The Fort. The film narrows in on the harrowing reality of domestic violence. It's something very dear to her heart, and she joins us now to tell us more about it. Hello, Shayna.
Good morning. It's been a long time since I've spoken to you both.
Not since you did your house.
Yes.
Well, that's right. Now, you revealed on Celebrity Apprentice last year, which you won, congratulations, that you'd experienced domestic violence in your life. So this is a very important topic for you.
Look, it wasn't something that we set out to do. It was more starting as filmmakers, my kids. This is their movie. And it doesn't represent my life, but it represents people that have been through this. There's so many stories within this of coercive control, of different types of what domestic violence is. A lot of people think it's just about the physical abuse. So it shows the patterns. It shows all these different nuances that we think are just normal in a relationship that leads to patterns that become something more. And I'm so proud of my kids for creating this and the amount of research that's gone into it and the connections that we've had since with the police and government and people working in the sector. They say this is pretty damn true to what it is, and everyone should see it to actually realise what goes on behind closed doors. And what goes on behind closed doors is we all think it's no one else's business.
Well, in the old days, you used to say it's just a domestic. It's not our business.
Yeah.
Your son, Jess, he plays the abusive dad in this, Graham. And, gee, I tell you what, he's here. I've seen him when you guys were renovating your house in Kew there.
Yeah.
He's quite scary.
You know what? And I think the thing is, like in real life, he is the most gentle, kindest, sweetest person. So to see him on the screen, I can detach myself in going, that's not him. But when we were filming, the amount of times he'd come off and I go, I really don't like you. I don't like you.
Yeah. Well, Shayna, the film's called The Fort because that is the escape that the mother and son used. Tell us about the tactic that they used to survive.
Well, The thing is, the mother makes a tent because she sees her son, hiding his play and doesn't feel like he can really sort of be himself. So she creates this big tent, and it becomes this fantasy portal between the two of them that he invites the mum into it, and then they go on these little journeys, and really there are little messages within there to help them leave and to look at ways that they can build strength and get away from the violence that's in the home.
I must say this fort is very stylish. Only you could design such a fort. When I was a kid and I'd make a fort, it'd just be out of lounge cushions.
Well, I think you can see in it, it is just a couple of pieces of timber, it's a bit of calico, and it's some fairy lights. That's literally it. So it's the imagination that takes it to the next space.
Yeah, but it's got a boho vibe about it.
Jonesy wanted to move in.
I thought that's pretty good.
The thing was, like in the movie, that there is a line where, the fabric of it was, leftover fabric from the curtains. Well, that's actually quite true because I actually made our curtains out of calico when they were children because we had no money.
Well, Shayna, congratulations, because it's not easy to step out of the box that people want to put you in television and say, actually, this is something that's really close to my heart. And it is dark and it is hard to watch, but it is extraordinary.
I think the thing is that we've got a screening at the end of a live panel that we filmed, and it is there to give people that little bit of breath, but to realise that as a society there are changes we have to make, and that's the only way we can stop the cycle of violence. So there's these little tools that we give people in the fact that, you can walk out tomorrow and make a change in your behaviour and look at other people's behaviour and stop looking at domestic violence as someone else's problem, because it is our problem as a society, and that's the only way we're going to stamp it out.
True. It's not just a domestic. Shayna, thank you for joining us. The Fort is screening in cinemas on the 18th of June, and we look forward to seeing you back on the block again.
Thank you. Yes, well, we've only got a few more weeks of filming, so it's, as always, it's going to be a big one.
Of course.
Thank you, Shayna. Lots of love.
We'll talk to you then, Shayna.
Jam Nation. I want you to get up right now.
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Go to your windows, open them, and stick your head out and yell, I'm as mad as hell. I'm not going to take this anymore.
Down to the Jonesy to Matarans for the pub test. Casual honking. Does it pass the pub test?
Took us ages to define it down to casual honking. I was driving along the other day and someone honked and I went, I assumed I'd done something wrong. Sure. I was about to run over someone. Someone was going to hit me. What's happening? All the adrenaline coursing through me. It was someone behind me waving at a friend of theirs on the street.
Because you drive like one of the bad drivers in Fast 10. That's how you drive.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, you know exactly what Fast 10 is about. You've seen the whole franchise. You know.
Is that Fast and Furious?
Yeah, yes. Yes, it
Mr.
is.
Magoo. That's where I've stopped watching car videos.
Imagine Mr. Magoo in Fast 10. Road hog. But, you look at the horns. Okay, so what I imagine is I see someone on the road. There's Manda walking along. Hey, Moins.
You've only got one horn. How can it be different?
You can change the... you don't want this. That's a sustained
honk. Don't play that while people are driving.
That's like...
Stop.
Come on, the
people
light's
are
going
driving.
green.
Don't do it.
Or there's your car horn.
The munch truck.
Oh, I could go a sausage roll.
Share a McMuffin. Casual honking. Does it pass the pub test?
I don't think it passes the pub test. I'm with Amanda. It just freaks me out whenever I'm driving and I hear honking. Am I doing something wrong? What's the problem?
No, it's not acceptable. I have a neighbour, and every time he goes to work, he has to bip his horn to say goodbye to his wife. At 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, it doesn't matter. It's so annoying.
It doesn't pass the pub test. A no-brainer. Definitely no. I know people do it, but as Amanda said, it's against the law. Like, it's using to warn against danger and that. Anything else, it's against the law.
No, I'm a massive anti-honker. Nobody needs to know about the goodbyes, the hellos, the waves. Don't have to tell the whole suburb. It doesn't pass the pub test for me.
Not a single person agreed with you, Brendan.
Yeah, they're all, I'm just saying, I don't do it as a rule.
You said you did. You said
I do it discretionally.
You said if you see someone you know, you honk.
If I see someone walking along the road like you and you're going up to the shops to get the sandwiches and I'm on my bike, although why I'm leaving when I know you're going up to the shop to get the sandwiches, I would toot the horn and go, me. Yeah.
You've only got one horn.
I might pop a little bit of a wheel stand on my bike.
And we'll say, look at that show off. What an idiot.
I always thought ladies were impressed by
Weren't
that.
they just brilliant?
That's tomorrow's pub test.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. We do like a good story about a man smuggling contraband into a jail.
All
We
right.
do like that story.
We've established he's taken something in an unusual
In
place.
his bottom.
In his bottom.
That's what happens. You've seen Midnight Express.
I don't think I have.
There was that homoerotic scene in it, and then remember that? Midnight Express.
I don't think I've seen it.
Haven't
I
you seen
know
it?
of it, but I just know it's about a
There's
Turkish prison.
Yeah, there's a homoerotic scene in it.
Well, you've remembered it more than
Well,
most.
I sometimes think about it. I go, anyway, maybe I've said too much.
So what else was in the bottom, Brendan?
What in Midnight Express?
Mm-hmm.
So a man has been caught trying to smuggle contraband into an American prison, which isn't unusual.
No, it's not.
This happens.
Was it a filing cabinet?
No, it was an 8.5-inch long pair of scissors.
Scissors?
And they noticed he was looking a little uncomfortable in the waiting room there.
Sitting down?
Scissors in the bot.
Did they go in handle first?
I haven't got that information. I
How long were the scissors?
Because you've always got to carry it the safe way, don't you?
Don't run.
So they've...
What size were the scissors?
Well, they're 8.5-inch long.
So not nail scissors.
They're big.
They're mum's good scissors.
You're using your mum's good scissors.
From the third drawer down.
They only discovered him when he started offering haircuts to prison staff.
Sitting on their heads.
Like Edward Scissorhands.
Dear me.
He'd do well at Scissors, Paper, Rock, wouldn't he? When he played that with Bubba. You lose. It's a movie franchise, isn't it? Edward Scissorbum. So he just... No, he'd be...
Give Johnny Depp a call. He'd be into
I
it.
think Depp would be up for it.
Edward Scissorbum.
He goes around...
And he could do a hedge.
just
by sitting on it.
Well, actually, it'd only be like buxus, small hedges.
That's what you'd say when you put them in. Oh, buxus. I'm fascinated. Is it with the handle first or
These are the
scissory bits
If
first?
only we had more time.
Oh, we've run out of time.
Only
What
we
a
had more
shame.
time.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast.
What's for breakfast?
Oh, there's egg and bacon, sausage and spam. And a mug of dark beer to wash it down.
Let's go.
5-star freeloader is back today. Yesterday had package 1 Madonna.
In London. Imagine flying business class to London to see Madonna. Well, we're about to unveil package number 2.
Yeah, what about package number 2?
All right. You ready? Let's do it.
Well, hang on. Let me put on my big voiceover.
Do you want to do it? Do you want to do the
I'm doing my
voiceover?
big voiceover
All right, you
pants.
do it.
Okay.
Package number 2. Ed Sheeran in Chicago. It's totes fine if you're daydreaming at work, thinking out aloud, I'd rather be with Ed right now. Well, you can be, but not before boarding the jet plane and turning left before stretching out to fly fully flat to Chicago.
Chicago.
It's America's foodie paradise, home of the deep dish pizza and the Italian beef sandwich. That's a burger to you and I. And you'll need to be fully fueled as you explore Chicago's extraordinary architecture. You'll love the view from high atop the Willis Tower.
What you talking about, Willis?
Then, the reason you're in the Windy City.
Say hell yeah!
Ed Sheeran at Soldier Field, Chicago, Illinois.
I'm in love with your body. I'm in love with your body.
You'll be cheering for Sheeran.
Imagine that, going all the way to Chicago, business class, enjoying all the sights of Chicago. I've never been to Chicago. I've been to the airport and that's all.
The Windy City ain't mighty pretty, but ain't got what we got.
Gee, is that one of
I'm
Ed
telling you,
Sheeran's
boy.
greatest songs? I love it when you break into show tunes. Wouldn't this be amazing?
It'd be
So that
amazing.
is package number 2. What will be package number 3? We'll unfurl it tomorrow.
Well, let's get past number 2 first before we hit number 3.
You could say it was the Windy City.
Let's get Ed Sheeran on.
Jam Nation.
Now, everyone loves Dick and Angel Strawbridge from Escape to the Chateau. We interviewed them, was it earlier this year? They were charming, funny, delightful. They came to do a speaking tour here. I have loved this show, and I know it seems like a flex to say, I was on the bandwagon before anyone else. I watched Escape to the Chateau very early on, and she is so inventive. He is so adaptable. He can make anything out of anything. That the way they have transformed their chateau has been extraordinary. And so they've made a lot of money for Channel 4, which is the channel in Britain who makes Escape to the Chateau. Well, all of that is coming to a halt. Escape to the Chateau has been pulled from Channel 4. They will do no more productions with these two because of apparently their bad behaviour and claims of bullying.
Oh, Dick and Angel.
Dick and Angel. To the point where Dick and Angel have halted their wedding bookings at the French castle. So they've cut ties with Channel 4 because Channel 4 said, we're not working with you anymore. We're not even going to do spin-offs with you. And that was a big money-making franchise. So it must have been pretty bad for Channel 4 to say, we're not doing
It's
this.
the Jeremy Clarkson thing. That's
right. So the staff must have been complaining enough that people won't work with them. So they have now put their weddings on hold. This is interesting. There's a review into the conduct, apparently. That's what the broadcaster has said. To have a wedding there, they do the most beautiful weddings. It's Australian dollars, $71,000 to have a wedding there. So they've put all that on hold. They also have Chateau Under the Stars, where you sleep in a glass dome there for £350 a night. They've got the Working Garden Party for £75 a night. So they've monetarised a lot of how they've put that chateau together. They've put all of that on hold. Angel is apparently, now that she's off Channel 4, is looking for a gig, it says here, on Strictly Come Dancing or I'm a Celebrity.
Oh, that's a good one. They could do like Shadow de Floor. Like burn the floor.
But apparently what the producers are saying is that these are quotes, spiky, volatile and a nightmare to work with. Sources close to the couple said that their behaviour on the set was nothing like their gorgeous on-screen personas. And fair enough, you've got a crew living with you for 4 months of the year, you're going to get cranky. It says insiders added that they couldn't hide their characters for their true natures to crew members who spent weeks filming with them. So it's all come apart. It's a full-on show, they say. The producers are with them at the chateau for weeks. They can't hide their characters. They can't turn it on for 2 hours of recording, then go back to their real persona. They're spiky and volatile and a nightmare to work with.
So that could happen to us. We should be careful around Gemwai Rai. What does he think of us?
Who knows? Well, she apparently called someone an effing C, so maybe that's what he's saying
Gemwai
as well.
Rai?
If I say what I think, I'd have to dump the audio. So.
Okay.
Interesting, though. So Escape to the Chateau is now Escape from the Chateau.
Ah, right. Yeah.
Everyone's desperate to get away.
I noticed you didn't write down my Shadow de Floor thing.
No, I didn't. I enjoyed it, though.
Okay.
Jam Nation.
Everybody shout! Come on now, sing out! It's time for the Ghoulies get together.
If you want to win $20,000 cash, you have to be our favourite Ghoulie of the year. Download the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your Ghoulie.
Thanks to Heron Forbes Machinery House, what have we got?
What gets my Ghoulies is booking movie tickets online and having to pay a booking fee. Essentially, I'm paying to use their website. That gets my Ghoulies.
True.
Do you still need to book online to go to the cinema? Are they that
see?
chockers? I guess you're going to see opening night of Days of Thunder or something. What was the recent one? I've gone into a time machine, haven't I?
Back to watch Days of Thunder.
What's the plane one?
The plane one?
That Tom Cruise was in.
That was last year.
What's that called?
A Top Gun.
Thank you.
Maverick.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're going to go and see Fast 10, Ride or Die, for example, you're up for that. You want a bit of Vin Diesel action. Jason Momoa's in it. He's playing a baddie. You'll have to be pushing people out of the way.
Is it new?
You say, excuse me, bro, I'm coming through.
Up to number 10.
Up to number 10. Oh, come on, don't play
When
coy.
Police Academy 7 wrapped up, I said, I'm never seeing a film ever again.
What else have we got?
Hi, Jonesy and Amanda. What gets my Ghoulies is when you make a payment online and use your credit card, they take the money out instantly. But when it's time to get a refund, 5 to 7 days. Where the hell's my money?
Ooh.
Where the hell's my money?
I like the fire in her belly.
Where the hell is all our money? Out with the bad, in with the good. If you dipped out, doesn't matter. You go straight to the iHeartRadio app, go to WSFM, press the microphone, record your Ghoulie, boom, go. It is 7 to 8, 9.
Our favourite caller, email or Facebook friend wins a 2-night stay in a 2-bedroom luxury Meriton Suite. Meriton Suites Canberra is opening soon. Book now for
Looks
that.
good there.
And we also get a Jonesy and Amanda tea towel and 18th birthday key ring.
This morning,
You're going into the future now. So you're time travelling into the future as to when that's open.
I want to go back in time and watch Days of Thunder when Tom and Nicole were still together.
And then go into the future to when the Meriton Suites in Canberra are open.
Yeah. That's what I want to do. This morning we opened our lines for callers to tell us how far they would go for their pets.
Yes, a woman said that she spent over $3,000 getting a hysterectomy for her pet guinea pig. We called this Don't At Me, the pet edition.
Fam, don't at me. Fall back a little bit, don't at me. I am not having it, don't at me. You will get blocked quick, don't at me.
Here's Dave from Pennant Hills.
Got a Rhodesian Ridgeback and a Doberman, and the Ridgie's 10 years old, and so far he's cost me $65,000.
$65,000?
Yeah, and the Doberman's around 15 to 20.
Why are they so expensive, Dave?
They break stuff inside, and we have to fix it.
And you'll keep doing that until there's a point where you can't?
I'll keep doing it until my wife tells me not to.
Right.
If I don't, she won't spend that money on me if I get sick.
Oh, well, what kind of surgeries and things have the dogs had?
They've had twisted stomachs. They've had things removed from their skin. They've had stomachs pumped because they've eaten the wrong thing. If you classify the one before these two, we've spent $100K on 3 dogs.
That's a lot to spend on a pet. In September, she's cost me a fortune.
She had things on her skin. Was it you?
Righto, you two. That's enough.
Well, we are going to be back, obviously.
We'll be back.
Well, there's no obvious to it. I haven't checked my emails. Ugly Phil's up next, but we will be back at 6 o'clock for Jam Nation.
Good day to you.
Well, thank God that's over.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Wipe the tears, baby, tears from your eyes.
Catch Jonesy and Amanda's podcast on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
One swallow, drink cheerio, goodbye.
Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Podcast. Catch up on what you've missed on the free iHeartRadio app.